Hello world, Mr. Resistor here, continuing our temporarily Omega journey. Let's see what we got today. And what else do we have? Alright, cool. So I'm gonna knock these out super quick. Because I've got a new ship. Endurance. Yeah, alright, there it is. I was expecting a noise or something. Yeah, anyway. So after I knock these out, I will fit that, and we'll go do some ice mining. So... let's do these first.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active. drive active. Warp drive active. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Okay. Venture. Could get our rocks. I mean, in theory, you could complete this with ice mining, but oh, it would be so slow.
Warp drive
I mean,
active.
potentially you would not be able to mine that much ice in a day. Yeah. Don't try to complete this one with ice mining. Alright, and as always, we want scordite. You might be wondering why scordite. Since it's generally like kind of the least valuable ore. That is the answer is personal use, right? So, I mean, as I've mentioned, I have other characters that do manufacturing. One that's fairly specialized in it, and pyrite is is the mineral that I'm always short of, and it comes from scordite. Excuse me. Scordite produces pyrite and tritanium. I don't think I have ever been short on tritanium. In fact, it's probably about time for me to sell some. So typically,
Warp drive active.
Typically I keep the scordite for myself, for the pyrite, and that gives me more tritanium than I need. Occasionally I'll reprocess plagioclase for the Mexilon, I think?
Docking permission
The green one.
requested. Docking request accepted.
Which is what I believe it provides. Like I said, only sometimes and only when I'm short on Mexilon, which is pretty rare. The rest I sell, and you know, when I'm active in mining, because I do I do a fleet with my other characters. An Orca, 2 Hulks, and what's the other one? Mac something. Keep wanting to say Macintosh, but that's not it. Anyway. Anyway, I can typically eliminate an asteroid belt in an hour and a half-ish. And that's gonna be worth somewhere, say, 120 to 150 million ISK. So that is how I finance most of my stuff. I will say I pay cash for Omega on those other accounts. This is the only one that I don't. Oh, well, you know, except for the occasional, like, weekend pass. But, alright, anyway. So anyway, yeah, I'm always short on pyrite. That's why I always mine scordite on this character, and it's why I set up the corporate projects for the different kinds of scordite, to basically just to facilitate that transfer in a way that's easy and I don't have to think about making a contract every time. Anyway, yeah. Ooh. Heh. I didn't know they had a trailer now. That's pretty cool. Not gonna lie, kind of stoked about that. Alright, so. And fits. Ice. Fit. Okay. Oh, wow. Realized I had, I thought there was more stuff I was gonna have to go and get. That's cool. First things first, we will I need more drones. Yeah, 5 is fine for now. Then we will head to Heck, buy our missing parts.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Forgot I was muted. So yeah, it looks like I'll have to make some electric shield amplifiers. Alright, what other things do I have that I can open? Is that it? Wild. Nope, I knew there had to be more. Okay, and we'll also sell these while we're here. One month. Alright. That's good for now. So, obviously we need our corporate emblem. What skins do we have? None. That's fine.
Warp drive active.
Huh. Guess I ended up with extra snowballs somehow. Well, that's fine.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Oh, I forgot to get the shield amplifier. Well, hopefully I won't need it. Oh. All functions.
From asteroids to ice we bring
faster, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, right? Yeah, okay. And then... oh, what's the other one? Prospect? So get that one too. Why not? Alright. Now... how are we doing on time? Not too bad. Oh, okay. So literally next door. Still at Magico. Yeah, alright. Yeah, we should be pretty safe.
Warp drive active.
Alright, well, here's one right here. Probably
active.
picked pretty clean. But not finished yet. So this is pretty straightforward. Alright, first step, we just warp to the site.
Warp drive active.
Then let's see what next step is. Mine heist, I think. Oh wow, didn't expect this to be empty. Since the endurance is pretty fast, I'll usually go for these ones at the edge because they're farther away. Just to be nice to the guys in barges. In the past, I have done this in a fleet with a porpoise set up for ice mining. I don't know if it's faster enough to justify. The porpoise itself has to use a drone to mine, so it mines fairly slowly. So usually what I would do is share ice from the from however many endurances. I was using whatever extra they had beyond what they needed to turn in. I'd have them give to the porpoise. I mean, definitely it sped up mining time for the prospects. I don't know if it was enough to make up for how slow the not the prospects, the endurances. I don't know if it sped them up enough to make up for how much slower the porpoise is. And not just in mining, but just in moving around, you know, moving back and forth to like turn in the stuff. So this part is pretty boring, and it's going to continue to be boring because we're in a 0.9 system, so we're not going to get any rats. That said, in terms of event progress, it is a lot more predictable. Because if you can find a nice site, you can pretty much guaranteed make progress, so. But I do think that progress is probably a bit slower. But that's just kind of how mining is, right? So, as I'm sure you picked up, I don't really use scanners. I think I pretty much always have a better use for whatever slot they would take up. But each of these ice chunks have around 10 units in them, you know, give or take one or two. And typically, even though I'll finish this up real quick, I will finish off this one, just so I don't have to come back to it. So basically, the next step is I turn in, for every 7 of these I turn into the Orca by the warp in point, I get one of these salvage packages. That'll contain, you know, whatever random event drops they provide.
The asteroid is depleted.
It's annoying posts. Alright, access, trade in. Boom. So there's our salvage package, and then okay.
Warp drive active.
Enter the site again. Alright, so let's see what we got. There can be much more of these. You can get a fair amount of stuff from some of these packages. Alright, so the cool thing is, as long as there's still ice left in that field, we can warp back to the same one.
Active.
And I believe the next task will be 4 deliveries, so that'll be a total of 28.
Warp drive active.
Ice. Mining hold holds 19, I think. So it'll be at least 2 trips. Is that guy Jack Canning? That's probably pretty safe. So the thing about the Hulk is that it mines fast, but it's got a small hold. I want to say you can hold 11 ice. Probably wouldn't be my first choice for this one, because, you know, whenever you're doing mining, there's always a question of efficiency, and a lot of times you can actually be more efficient with a ship that mines slower but has a bigger hold. And that's just because you're able to sit in the belt and scoop up whatever it is you're scooping up for longer, and not, you know, wasting time warping around. Most mining ships are pretty slow, so having to warp back and forth, or even worse, having to just fly, can be very time consuming. Can really eat into your efficiency. So that's why I probably would go for a Hulk for this job. Now, I feel like I need to, because I can never remember the name of it. So, Mackinac, that's the one. It can hold 44. So, that, I mean, it'll be the slowest at mining, but it holds a lot. If you're gonna do like level 4 mining missions, this is the ship I would use. And even in those cases, it's not actually big enough to hold all the ore that you need for some of those. The skiff has been reworked since the last time I flew it, so which is the ore hold? Should be in here somewhere. Mining hold is 18. So just slightly smaller than the endurance. I personally think the endurance is a pretty good choice for this. If you can fly an exhumer, I would probably go for I'd probably go for the Mackinac, just because the size of its hold. Retriever is the T1 version of that. It's obviously not going to be as fast. Or the Covetor. The Skiff and the Covetor are the ones that have some tankiness. Retriever is probably a good choice for this, especially if you're in high sec. I mean, your tankiness is not going to be a huge factor. If you're going into low sec or null, then well, obviously you'll have different considerations. 7 again. Then I think the next one is 4. Or 28 ice for turn-ins. And then, as far as I know, that's the cycle after that. Enter the site. Next task is mine 7. Turn it in. Then turn in 4 times, and it just repeats that loop. Yeah, there we go. Loads of ice exchanged. Mastodon. Mastodon's a pretty cool ship. It's the T2 Minmatar deep space hauler. And it's kind of meant for fleet operations, right? It's got a fleet hangar, like the Orca and Porpoise do. So, and with max skills, I believe the fleet hangar, it's up to 65,000, I think. So, pretty significant size. You know, if you're out doing like major mining operations or something, it can be handy for sure. Back in the day, before I had an Orca pilot, when I first started doing fleet mining using a Porpoise as my command ship, I'd have a hauler that one of my characters would go, you know, occasionally and just empty out the Porpoise. And I see his plan now. I feel like
is depleted.
if I was gonna do the jet can thing, man, I forget how fast these things target. Yeah, anyway, I was gonna say, it's just, I feel like if I was gonna do the jet cam thing, just leave it out there and pull them in when I go to turn in at the Orca. Gotta be within 2,500, I believe. Alright. See, I do think for this activity, the Endurance is probably the best ship. Just in terms of its all-around capabilities, and mine's relatively fast. It's actually got pretty good bonuses. And it's got a good mining hold size, and it can move fast. And those are really the keys for this activity. So this is the ship I recommend for it.
The asteroid is depleted.
Obviously, the skill thing that they give you is for mining barges, and if you're depending on that, then I'd probably go with the Retriever. And while I wouldn't normally put a micro warp on it, I probably would for this case. Again, just for the going back and forth and turning stuff in. Anyway, as I was saying, I've always liked the look of the Mastodon. Turn that off. And the Mammoth, which is the T1 version. I never really liked the Wraith. I do now. And I don't know if it's just that my taste changed, or if they gave it a significant makeover. Because I know they updated a lot of the ship models a couple of years ago, and I wouldn't be at all surprised if that was one of them. So I definitely feel differently about it now than I did then. It could also be because my transport character got into a Prowler, which is the T2 version of the Wraith. It's the Blockade Runner, and that is a really cool looking ship. So that might have been what changed my mind. I don't remember anymore. That's what I get for operating on autopilot. These ones are always tough to me because I can see like a split right there. But probably better to just treat it as one single group.
The asteroid is depleted.
Alright. That's exactly the amount we needed. Sweet.
Warp drive active.
Getting there. Yeah, still feel good about getting all 100 plex. Especially since, I believe tomorrow, I'll have my new battleship. I don't know if I'll have time to actually fit it and use it. We've got stuff going on for the next couple of
Warp drive
days.
active.
Finishing up work stuff before the holiday, and some personal, like, friends' Christmas parties and stuff like that.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Well, let's see what we got, first of all. not too bad. Do you feel like less profitable time-wise than than the other stuff? But like I said, more reliable. As long as there's an ice site, you're gonna make some progress. Okay. Well, that's gonna be it for me for today. So until next time, have a good one.